balls get fling wet. Dip, splash, get your ting wet. I done that, I've been there.
Right, this is the second part of the Snapchat Q&A. If I asked you guys to send your questions in on Snapchat, and I said I'd answer them. And if you want to get involved in the next Snapchat Q&A, I'll put my social media up there, and you can find me on that and get involved in the next one. So next question is from, sorry if I can't pronounce the name properly, Anjali. Hi Ryan, do you have any tips to prepare for second year medicine? How did you find second year? Thank you. Okay, tips for second year medicine. Right, be prepared for the huge step up, because first year medicine was quite easy, it's enjoyable. You know, you're doing topics like the heart, the lungs, which are actually interesting. Second year medicine gets a lot harder. Neuroscience, bloody hell, it is hard. Neuroscience, the amount of anatomy you have to do in second year. You have to do the whole, like, upper limbs, lower limbs, the bones, the nerves, the muscles, the blood vessels, and then you've got to do like the back, the shoulders, it is crazy, and there's so many bones you have to learn, it's ridiculous. So be prepared for that. I would recommend start using the anatomy flashcards from, you know, your first couple of weeks, because just start learning them, like keep learning them, go through them. I know it might be hard, but like do it with a friend or something, just because second year medicine is a lot harder than first year medicine. And if you don't start preparing for it, if you think that, you know, it's like first year medicine, carry on the way you were revising for first year medicine, you will fail. And that's what happened to me. You know, I failed my first exam in second year medicine, so then I had to make up for that in my final exam of second year medicine. So yeah, just make sure you prepare from early and be ready for the big jump, because they're trying to teach you everything so that, you know, you're prepared to go into the hospital and start working in the hospitals. Because from third year you learn like clinical stuff, so more like illness related and like patient related stuff. So that's why second year is quite hard. Okay, so I'll try and answer this bit by bit. So any tips for medical school interviews? Okay, for medical school interviews, the best thing I can tell you is prepare with a friend. Now, find a friend who's also doing medicine or wants to do medicine or dentistry, and just keep preparing with them. Make sure you give each other constructive feedback, because you'll do things that you don't even notice that you're doing. So for example, I had a friend who used to rub his thighs all the time. Every time I asked him a question, he started rubbing his thighs, and I was thinking, like, what the hell's happening here? So make sure you do it with a friend and give each other constructive criticism, so that they can improve, because you'll not notice half of these things that you're doing. Like I used to fidget a lot, stuff like that. Another thing as well, prepare for every type of question you can. By prepare, I don't mean write out a whole paragraph for every question, every type of question. I mean like do a few bullet points for like the different types of questions, and just so you got an idea basically. And you feel a lot more confident when you actually go to the actual interview, because you basically, like, you feel like this, like the thoughts that were going through my head was like, right, just ask us any question, because I've prepared for basically everything. I've been preparing for months, like a month or two for this interview, so you can ask me any question, I'll be able to answer it, because I've already prepared for it. Like, that's how confident I was feeling. And like, obviously it might sound a bit arrogant, but it was like because I was that prepared for it, and because I was that confident, like I got 3 interviews and then I got my 3 offers. I didn't get a rejection after the interviews. So that's why I say prepare, and like do it with a friend as well, like it helps so much. So Haya asked, how can I take efficient lecture notes? Should I type or handwrite, or both, and perhaps some first year tips? Okay, so this is a video which I probably need to be doing, because a lot of people ask it. So when you want to do lecture notes and you want to do it efficiently, the best thing I would recommend for efficiency is to type them up. So type up all your notes, because when you're handwriting your notes, the thing is, like, there's just so much information in lectures and so many pictures and diagrams and stuff that you need in your revision. And if you draw every single one out, or if you're you know, writing all the notes out, it's going to take ages. Like I remember my first year I tried it, and it was taking me like 4 or 5 hours a day just to finish a day's worth of lecture. Now imagine coming back from lectures at 5 o'clock and I've been sitting at home in my room for like 4 or 5 hours summarising lectures. So I finished like 8, 9 o'clock and there's my friends like chilling, playing FIFA, watching movies, and now I'm sitting in my room bloody writing lecture notes. So I kind of gave up after a while. That's why I would recommend like typing the notes up, just because you can like copy and paste pictures and stuff like that. Coming near to the exams, do mind maps. So like you summarising the typed up notes, and then like, you know, you're re-jogging your memory and stuff. So that's probably the best thing to do. Faiza asks, can you take sociology, biology and chemistry to apply to medicine, and is a gap year viable? Okay, sociology unfortunately isn't classed as an actual A-level, like an academic A-level by most unis. So like if you do take sociology or general studies or critical thinking, the chances are you probably won't be like it. I don't think the unis will accept it. So next question. I'm currently studying adult nursing but interested in medicine. I have no A-level science. Do you think I'll be able to get into medicine through an agency like abroad? Love your YouTube videos, so inspiring. Thank you for the message. And yeah, so you can definitely study medicine abroad. You'd have to get in contact with the agencies and ask them, but the chances are they will let you study medicine abroad. You might have to do like an extra qualification or something, but I'm not 100% sure on that. If you want to do medicine in the UK, again, you can also do that. All you have to do is an access to medicine course at most colleges do it. So like Manchester, I remember, do one, London do one, Newcastle do one. Basically, check in the college near you, they'll do an access to medicine course. It's like a 1-year course. The chances are it'll probably be free as well. If not, it's not too expensive. And then once you've done that, you can apply to medicine. So that's one option. So I do chem, physics and maths, BCC and AS. Would I get into foundation courses for medicine? If your predicted grades are like ABB or AAB, then yeah, you'll probably get in, or even BBB, you'll probably get into medicine. At university, so Becca asked, at your university, in which year of the course are you allowed to go into hospitals and have patient contact? So I'm in my 3rd year, well, going into my 3rd year now, and I'll be allowed in the hospital. Like I'm gonna be working in hospitals and having patient contact. But I've been not working, but I've been in hospitals from 1st year and 2nd year, like for placements and stuff. So we do get contact from like 1st year even. Callum asked, what was your first experience of the dissection room like? Did it take a while to get used to? Okay, so dissection room, it is like, the first time I went in, the smell is crazy. Like all you can smell is formaldehyde, which is like the preservative that they use on the dead bodies, and like all the bodies are covered up, like all the heads and the limbs are covered up, and it's quite scary at first, but then like, you know, you get used to it. Okay, so Anthony asked, got a quick question. As a medical student, what sort of football teams can you get involved in? Okay, so football teams, you can get involved in your uni football team. However, that is very demanding, so you have to often train like 3 to 4 times a week, and then travel on the weekend for like football games, like big games nationally. There is also the medic team. Now MedSoc always have a football team in every uni. They even probably do football games like every week. Like our MedSoc, we play every Sunday. So we book the Astro for like 2 hours, play every Sunday. So we do that one, and like you can play on the MedSoc team. And there's like in Easter, there's like one tournament like nationally called NAMS, which you can take part in, and you can do that. I used to also have like a 5-a-side team that we used to play. So there's a 5-a-side team on Fridays, and like a 5-a-side league, and that was pretty sick. So you can get involved in that. And there's like medics, like within medicine, like other people organize football. So we had one on Wednesdays, and sometimes you could turn up to that on a Wednesday. So there's so many opportunities. Like if you make it, or if you can get enough numbers, then there's always a chance. Our whole body cadaver dissections gross or fun? We don't do dissections, so we have pro sections where the bodies are already like dissected and like we just use them. I wouldn't say it's fun because it's not something like I enjoy doing in my spare time. Do you know what I mean? So like, but it is helpful in a way. Depends on your anatomy staff. So if you've got good anatomy staff, then it's helpful. If you haven't got good anatomy staff, then it isn't really that helpful. But I wouldn't say it's fun. Next question, how is the work-life balance in first year? Do you get much time to do other stuff like sports, societies, etc.? First year you get so much spare time, so make the most of it. Join societies, join all the sports you can. Just make sure you also do a bit of work and you'll be fine. So, Asma asked, what is your opinion on PBL? PBL is very hard. Like, imagine, right, medicine, there's so much content. Now if you go to a uni where it's PBL and they just tell you, right, learn about the heart, or here's a person with like atrial fibrillation, now come back and you have to learn like all of this about atrial fibrillation and like everything else around it. It is like, it's tasking itself just to summarise everything. And imagine trying to learn all the content yourself and like you don't know what you need to learn, how much in detail you need to learn, because you could learn everything about atrial fibrillation. Now you can go for days. I like the fact that because I don't have PBL and more in lectures like that, I know how in depth to learn something in. So like I can just stop at a point and be like, yeah, you know what, I don't know any more detail, you prefer over the integrated traditional approach, I definitely don't prefer PBL. It's good sometimes, but I wouldn't do it.
When I look in your eyes, I see the stars.
How do you take notes during lectures, and which laptop do you have? I don't take notes during lectures, I just listen. I find it sometimes people distracted. And which laptop do you have? I used to have a laptop, but some flipping idiot broke me house, so nicked me laptop, YouTube camera, all me YouTube equipment, and nicked me brother's shoes, some Air Max 90s, nicked me sister's school clothes, like brand new school clothes just bought for her. He nicked that as well, and sponsorship. I had like this clothing company sent me like some clothes out and stuff. The little idiot nicked that as well. So, do you get to have any fun in the course? Yeah, there is a lot of fun in the course as well. It is what you make of it. So like if you make medicine your entire life, every day you wake up, you live, you breathe medicine, like you're not gonna enjoy it. So like, if you go in, have a bit of fun, have a bit of banter with your friends. Obviously stick to the rules and stuff, make sure you revise, like, you know, do other things outside of medicine, sports, hobbies, then you'll enjoy it. Like, it shouldn't be a burden or it shouldn't be too hard. Like, just make sure you have a good balance. So Temporary G asked, should I do any reading or preparation in the summer before starting medical school? I wouldn't recommend it, but if you really are keen, then just read through Grey's Anatomy, the big book. You might find that interesting and it'll prepare you. Is it a disadvantage in any way if I haven't taken physics A-level? No, you don't have to do physics A-level for medicine. I don't know who told you you'd have to do physics A-level for medicine, because medicine and physics have hardly anything to do with each other. Okay, so someone asked about graduate entry medicine. Now, do they place more emphasis on your degree grade and your ukcat, or your GCSE and A-levels? Now, if you're a graduate, they place a lot more emphasis on your degree grade and your ukcat. You're expected to have a lot higher ukcat score as a graduate, so they expect, you know, quite high ukcat scores. Your GCSE A-levels, it doesn't really matter because you've done it so long ago. It's like, it's not outdated, but like over the years, GCSE A-level structure changes. So it's like, you know, it's like asking your dad, what did you get for GCSEs? And if he says, you know, he got like a C or something, or a D. Like, you might think it's bad, but back then I think if I remember correctly, a C or a D was actually like was quite good. I think maybe I'm just making that up, but yeah. Aruba asked, any tips on your personal statement? Okay, personal statement, the best tip I can give is spend more time on the planning and less time on actually writing it up. So planning, I think I spent about 2-3 weeks. Now by this I mean write out like the structure that you want to do, write out what you want to mention about every work experience, every voluntary work, what did you learn from it, write out all the keywords that you want to put in, write out any fancy words that you've just read in the dictionary that you want to put in, write down, like literally plan the whole thing and then write it up. Like it won't take that long writing it up, and then like spend 1 or 2 days cutting it down if you've got like more than 4,000 characters. So Mustafa asked, does the medicine course prepare you in a sense for a career in surgery or practice in clinic? Also, is the beginning the hardest, or does it get harder as the course goes on? So the degree gets harder as the course goes on, and the degree does prepare you for surgery because you're doing a lot of anatomy. So like you need a lot of anatomy and knowledge of anatomy to be a good surgeon, and you also need like manual dexterity and stuff. But like obviously as you go on throughout the years, you'll improve on that. I wouldn't worry about that from an early age. Like that's for later on after you've graduated, then I'd start worrying. What is the best advice you'd give for being productive during lectures? Best advice, have a coffee or a tea before a lecture, and stay away from friends that are very distracting, and put your phone on silent, turn your Wi-Fi off. That's probably it. But obviously they're, you know, common sense, but yeah. So Leah asked, how often do you learn OSCEs throughout your medicine course? OSCEs, we do like one clinical session a week. So like 1 week it might be examination of the upper limb, 1 week it might be examination of the heart, 1 week it's examination of the lungs, examination of the back, examination of your nervous system, etc. So like one every week, and we spend about 2-3 hours on that maybe. KJS asked, hi, I wanted to ask a question about first year books. Which would you recommend? I wouldn't recommend any first year books because honestly, most of the information is online or in your lectures, and there's no point forking out that money for like a book that's just going to sit in your bookshelf and collect dust. Like, it's not worth it. Maybe later on, but there's no point rushing into buying books now. Okay, so that's the end of the second part of the Snapchat Q&A. Stay tuned, and the third part will be up.
So make you sing, yeah. Easy, no, don't tease me, no.